Good evening and welcome to KiniNews. Here are today's top stories. Are you ready to have your 2022 plans ruined? The new Omicron variant is now here in Malaysia, but there is no need to panic because the government is confident that their system to contain it will work. Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin has revealed that the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus has been detected in the country. He said it was confirmed yesterday based on a sample taken from a foreign student who entered the country on the 19th of November.
Kes ini melibatkan seorang pengembara bukan warga negara berusia 19 tahun yang tiba dari Afrika Selatan melalui Singapura pada 19 November. Ini adalah sebelum diumumkan VOC Omicron oleh WHO dan sebelum kita telah ketatkan sempadan kita dan tidak membenarkan warga negara daripada negara-negara tertentu masuk. This was before,
According to Khairy, following the announcement by the World Health Organization, the Health Ministry started conducting PCR genotyping tests on all positive samples that were taken from travelers who arrived at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. These include positive samples that were taken before WHO's announcement as far back as the 11th of November. He added that the student who tested positive for Omicron has followed all quarantine procedures that were required on her. The ministry has also identified a total of 8 close contacts, including those who travelled together with the case from KLIA to Ipoh. Khairy said that there was no need to panic but advised the country to stay vigilant and to follow all the procedures that the MOH has set out for the COVID-19 pandemic, especially after the new variant was detected in Malaysia. COVID-19 and all the numbers surrounding it can be confusing, even if you're the Prime Minister. That's the excuse being used as to why Muhyiddin Yassin reportedly misspoke vaccine pricing when he was the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin misspoke on the price to procure the COVID-19 vaccines when he was Prime Minister. This was according to the testimony provided by former Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Khairy Jamaluddin to the Public Accounts Committee. In November last year, Muhyiddin revealed that the government spent 3 billion ringgit to immunize 6.4 million Malaysians, which was 468 ringgit and 75 cents per person. However, Khairy told the PAC that Muhyiddin misspoke and the 468 ringgit and 75 cents per person price tag was not true. He explained that the government's revised goal of vaccinating 82.8% of the population cost 2.5 billion ringgit in vaccine procurement, or 77 ringgit and 35 cents per person. According to the PAC's press release yesterday, the PAC was generally satisfied that the procurement of vaccines was in line with the Finance Ministry's procedures. However, the PAC was unhappy that the government paid a premium of around 16.78% to 18.12% to expedite delivery of the Sinovac vaccine. UMNO is set to discuss its future with PAS at the divisional level this month, the results of which could once again reshape our political landscape. UMNO will let its 191 divisions decide on the fate of the Muafakat Nasional Pact with PAS at the UMNO Division Delegates meeting, which will be held from December 18th. According to Sinar Harian, UMNO Secretary General Ahmad Maslan said for now there is still no decision by the party on Muafakat after PAS chose to be with the Perikatan Nasional Coalition instead of Muafakat during the Melaka elections. He said this is as UMNO keeps its promises and the party decided during the last annual Delegates Assembly that Muafakat has to be strengthened. Ahmad also said that until the Delegates Assembly decides otherwise, the cooperation with PAS cannot be changed. Therefore, he hopes that the 191 divisions that will meet soon will vote wisely on Muafakat in the view of the upcoming general elections. During the Melaka elections last month, UMNO and PAS negotiations broke down, with PAS choosing to field candidates under the PN banner. Following the elections, PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang said his party will continue to be part of PN while trying to unite UMNO, PAS and Bersatu under the Muafakat Pact. The PKR Amanah merger doesn't seem likely to happen anymore after the PAS splintered party shot down the proposal, so DAP is likely to remain Harapan's most successful party. Amanah has turned down the suggestion for the party to merge with PKR. This is according to the party's Deputy President Salahuddin Ayub, who confirmed the matter when asked whether it is true the party had turned down the idea. He said there was no need to consider the proposal as the issue never arose. And he did not know where it was coming from as Amanah had never received any proposals from anyone on the matter, including from within Amanah and the party grassroots. He added that if there is a proposal, then they would take it into account and discuss it. Political analyst Wong Chin Huat had previously proposed a PKR Amanah merger following Pakatan Harapan's defeat at the Melaka state elections. PKR President Anwar Ibrahim also said that a formal proposal had been made, but there have been no formal discussion on the matter. Anwar, who is also the Pakatan Harapan chairperson and opposition leader, did not disclose any specific details of the proposed merger. When asked about the matter, Salahuddin said he is unaware whether Anwar had received the proposal from anyone. We've got a message from our sponsor, and when we're back, find out what Kit Siang has gotten all worried about today.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Welcome back. How many advisors does a Prime Minister need? Well, whatever the number is, Kit Siang believes that Ismail Sabri already has too many. DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang has questioned the justification over appointments of special advisors by Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob when there are already ministers for the portfolios. This came after Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Abdul Latif Ahmad told Parliament yesterday that the Prime Minister's third advisor, who will advise him on matters related to health, is still in the process of being appointed. With this, Kit Siang questioned if the appointment was a reflection of Ismail Sabri's lack of confidence in the ministers concerned. He asked if the country is suffering from an attack of advisor mania and wondered if Ismail Sabri will eventually have 31 special advisors shadowing the ministers in the cabinet. In a written parliamentary reply dated the 1st of December, Abdul Latif had explained that the advisors who are appointed are those who have network, experience and expertise in the matters related to the scope of their duties, which can benefit the country's developmental efforts in line with the Keluarga Malaysia concept. He said this in reply to a question from Pejuang Skubang Pasu MP Amiruddin Hamzah, who had asked how many special advisors the Prime Minister has and their financial implications on the government. Previously, in early November, Abdul Latif said Ismail Sabri had 3 special advisors who advise him on health, religion as well as law and human rights. Abdul Latif also said that at the time, each special advisor's office cost 50,000 ringgit including their staff. PKR and DAP will not clash in Sarawak after Anwar Ibrahim's party decided that they will compromise by contesting fewer seats. Sarawak PKR has announced that they will reduce the number of seats that they will contest in the upcoming Sarawak state election. Instead of 47 seats, PKR will now field candidates in 27 areas with a possibility of 1 or 2 more. Sarawak PKR Election Director Dominic Ng said that the party has decided to focus their resources on what they call winnable candidates instead of putting candidates in areas where they had no chance. He said they had to be realistic in their expectations and that is why there is a drastic reduction. He added that the possibility of, quote, 1 or 2 more candidates will be announced just before the nomination day on the 6th of December and assured that there will be no 3-cornered fights with DAP. The party unveiled its candidate list for the 27 seats at their new state headquarters in Gala City, Kuching today. According to the Sarawak Pakatan Harapan deal in January, PKR was supposed to field 47 candidates. There are 82 seats in the Sarawak Legislative Assembly. PAS has its eyes on Sarawak, although the Islamist party knows it's going to be an uphill battle. It is hoping that the election could bring them closer to Sarawakians. PAS will use the opportunity provided by the Legislative Assembly election to spread its influence. PAS spiritual advisor Hashim Jassin acknowledged that it will not be easy to win, but said it was an opportunity to get closer to the people in Sarawak. According to Utusan Malaysia, he said the party was fielding candidates not so much because they wanted to win a seat. In the 2016 state election, PAS fielded 11 candidates, of which 6 lost their deposits. Meanwhile, PAS Vice President Idris Ahmad told Utusan Malaysia that PAS's participation in the Sarawak election was not an attempt to oppose Gabungan Parti Sarawak. PAS is allied with GPS as part of the Ismail Sabri Yaakob administration at the federal level. Ismail Sabri's coalition Barisan Nasional and Allied Bersatu have announced that they will stay out of the Sarawak polls out of respect for GPS. Well, that's a wrap for KiniNews this evening. For more stories, go to KiniTV.com. Don't forget to follow us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook to get the latest news headlines as well. If you'd like to support the independent media, please do consider a subscription to MalaysiaKini.com. When you're heading out, don't forget your mask. And when you can, please do try to stay home. I know I say this every time I read the news, but Omicron is here. And now this is how we are going to tell it to get out. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay safe, Malaysia. Enjoy your weekend.
Everyone wants to see these scenes bigger. That's why we've got bigger TVs, for everyone to enjoy them bigger. Watch colors come to life on a large screen. LG NanoCell.